dear students, I hope you all are doing well in these difficult times. Unfortunately, most of you don't have access to the laptops with the pre-installed AutoCAD software. So that's why, keeping this in mind, we are thinking to allow you all for remotely accessing the desktops or the laptops which have the pre-installed AutoCAD in them, so that you can practice the AutoCAD from your smartphones also. So we are just exploring these things. We may also consider for your evaluation using this kind of remote accessing the AutoCAD software. So I know that these things are new for you and it is very difficult for you, but perhaps with some practice you may be able to draw at least some basic as well as the intermediate level AutoCAD. So now in this video I will demonstrate the remaining part of the syllabus by means of the screen recording software. Okay, so you may just follow this and try to work upon using the either demo version which I had already given a link, or if you are having a pre-install you can already practice on that, or else we may allow for remote accessing and practicing also. So let us begin now. So in this particular video, I will cover the four things in the remaining things of the syllabus. They include first one is the plumbing details, how to draw the plumbing details in AutoCAD. Okay, that is very simple, not that straightforward. Another thing that is remaining is dividing a line into multiple parts. Okay, third thing is how to draw some curves, like say freehand curves which you draw in your engineering drawing. So like French curves, or say even complex curves such as parabola or hyperbola, how to draw all these things in AutoCAD, that I will just demonstrate. Okay, and one more is there are also some text commands in AutoCAD. If suppose you need not every time search these tools, there are a lot of tools. So instead of searching all the tools, you can directly enter these commands and you can draw with the help of that commands also. So that is the fourth thing. And the last but not the least is how to generate a file using your created worksheet. That may be a PDF file, how to export your AutoCAD file into something printable version. Okay, so one by one we'll start with this. Okay, so first and foremost, that regarding the plumbing drawings. So before we go to the plumbing drawings, I wanted to tell you one more small thing regarding creation and insertion of blocks. So suppose the thing is that if there is a big hotel and all the rooms are built in one sequence, in one array. So in these cases, like each and every hotel will have one bed, will have one toilet, one wash basin, will have one table, chair, or say maybe your hostel rooms also similar way. So in those cases, every time we have to, we need not copy each and every detail of some minute details such as wash basin. So in that case we have to make one wash basin and convert it into one entire object, so that we can use it, we can do it using the blocks. So in order to make a block, first of all you have to make the objects that constitute that block. So for that purpose, suppose will make one wash basin. Okay, so wash basin, maybe I'll make this in a rectangular shape. Okay, my wash basin is rectangle. Okay, then it will have one drainage here at the center. Okay, and maybe some kind of some shape here. So what I want is that whenever I am inserting this wash basin, all these three objects should get inserted. Otherwise what will happen is that by mistake maybe you will miss this drainage, this hole which is visible here, it is very small, so maybe you may miss these things. So that's why better that all these objects are made into a single object. So to make this wash basin into one block, we'll go to insert command here, and it will this whole insert command is mostly for inserting the blocks only. So here you click on this insert a block, and then you have to create a block first before inserting it. So create a block, write a name, wash basin. So you have to specify some base point, that what all objects it will consist of. Whenever you are converting these three objects into one object, that is one block, it should have one base point. So better you can either specify from the screen, so your x, y, z coordinate will be there, or better you click on pick point, and then maybe you choose one corner point here. Okay, then objects, what all objects are there? So what objects, you click on this select objects. Okay, so I will select all the three objects, 1, 2, 3. So for some time this window is going. After this you press enter, again this window will come here. So automatically one small icon of the wash basin is created. Okay, so there are three options here: convert to block, retain and delete. So when I click on convert to block, it means that a block is created with these three images. When I click on retain, it means that these three objects will be retained in their original fashion, the way they were earlier also, but the block will be stored in the memory. And delete means these objects will be deleted from here. However, the block will still be created. Okay, so I will just click on convert to block, so that one block already I have inserted here. Okay, and behavior, what kind of behavior we want? Currently you keep it unchecked here. Okay, so what it is I will tell you. Okay, so if you click on scale uniformly, it means that if you want to say elongate this basin, you cannot do, it will be scaled uniformly only. Okay, if there is the option of allow exploding, so later on maybe if you want to explode this into some sections here, just say individual, so the individual wash basin, suppose if you want to modify, then for that purpose you have this allow exploding option also. So I will not check this because it is not required much. Okay, after that block unit you keep whatever unit you are using in the AutoCAD only. This hyperlink means you can link this to some image also. Say for example, this block is a some symbol of a railway station. Okay, and suppose if what I want to do is, suppose if I am clicking on this block, I want that this particular when I am clicking on one block, a photo of a railway station should appear. So for that purpose we can also insert one PDF also, sorry, one JPG file also along with this. Maybe this Kaplan turbine, or which I showed just earlier, that you can insert. So right now we won't do these things. Okay, so these all options are there for creating the block. So I will click on OK. So now my this block is already created. Now when I want to insert this block, okay, I will go here in the insert button, and then I will go on this wash basin which I have created. Okay, this I was trying myself, that's why earlier you are able to see one more wash basin. So whatever number that you create, so it doesn't all these number of blocks are stored here in the insert option. Okay, now whenever you are creating a block out of object, it is not necessary that these blocks are joined with each other. Like you can see that this circle is not joined, is not connected with this rectangle here. So just you should ensure that you should select one base point which is somewhere touching the extreme edge of one of the object that constitutes the block. Whereas when it comes to choosing the objects, you have to choose it carefully, and you have to choose it everyone you have to choose. So let me insert wash basin. So specify the insertion point, so wherever I want to insert, I can insert it. Okay, so if I want to copy, that also I can copy. So one more good thing is that about this block, that suppose if I want to edit all the wash basins, I want to modify the design, suppose, then that I can do. So suppose if we want to edit this particular wash basin that I have created, and maybe if I want to add one more border here. Okay, so in order to do that, we will instead of going here, we can right click, edit block, in place. In place means it will be edited in the drawing only, whereas there is one more thing called as block editor, where a separate window is created for editing this particular block. So I will click on edit block in place. So this is my block, automatically select all the nested object, click on OK. So now my this is behaving, all the objects constituting this block are behaving like individual objects. So you can see that this is the rectangle, second rectangle, and this circle which is there. So I will just create one more rectangle here so that it will look like a border. So after I do that, I will save this. So this save is here, edit reference, save changes. Okay, this last button of the ribbon is there, edit reference, that you will click. Something which is written here in orange, marked in orange, means dynamic changes are being made. So this ribbon, this layer is dynamic, that is why it is orange in color. Okay, so AutoCAD, all reference edits will be saved. Okay, OK or cancel, you can do that. So I will click on OK. So you see that I have changed my block. So automatically the other block which was a copy of this block also got changed. So in this way we can change the blocks, like we can create the blocks and we can edit the blocks. So what all cases we may require block? One is maybe for marking the tables or the chairs, or say WC, wash basin, taps, and these all facilities. So most of the plumbing details we require to create separate blocks for these purposes. Okay, so this was mostly about the plumbing details, and you may be also knowing that all the GI pipes and everything you will be doing, you will be marking that, not now, but not in the, it is not in the syllabus, but perhaps whenever you are creating professional drawing sheets, at that time each and every object that you are creating, usually most of it is blocks, it is doesn't consist of separate objects. Okay, so next task is that how to create parabola using some points from Excel, that we can import some Excel points also directly. So you know parabola equation, y equal to x square. Okay, so suppose this is like we have to give a list of x value and y value. So say for example these are my x values and corresponding to that these are my y values. Okay, so regards to this I am calculating this x, so y equal to x square. So here I have a1 into a1, so same way I am just dragging it so that I will have this y column. So x column and y column for parabola is here. Now whenever you are importing a text in AutoCAD, it has to be in the format of say x comma y. So it should be ideally it should be 1 comma 1 here. So if you, it is not possible to do this thing manually every time, so we will use the concatenate function of Excel. Concatenate. Then you select the point whichever you are wanting, is equal to concatenate bracket x comma, this comma should be visible there in the column also. If I just write x and y like this, then the comma is not visible. So I have to make this visible also. So in between I have to insert normal text. So that normal text is this comma is the whatever is in between the inverted commas is the normal text. Okay, so this is the normal text, that is comma, and this comma is before, like after a1 I am inserting the normal text, that's why this comma is present. Whereas this comma is present just to indicate that there is, after this normal text again I am inserting the b1 column. Okay, so like that there are these three commas. This is just text comma text insertion. Now I am having this 1 comma 1 here. Same way you will generate for all the points. Okay, then you simply copy these points and paste it in your command window. Right click and paste. So suppose if you want to draw this kind of Kaplan turbine, this is a turbine, like water is coming from here, it flows through this variable radius, that here the radius is very large and here it is very small and it is uniformly decreasing. So this kind of curve is called a spiral curve, and it gradually, as it decreases, it also hits these turbine vanes which are present, and this causes the rotation of this kind of turbine, and thus electricity is produced. So this is also one civil engineering drawing, that, or even mechanical engineering drawing, because as when you will be learning hydraulics engineering in perhaps in the 6th or 5th semester, at that time you will be going through these kind of turbine diagrams also. So how to draw this diagram? So first of all, if you want to keep it as a reference diagram, so better we can insert it as a background image. So in order to do that, like this image will remain in the background in this AutoCAD worksheet, so that will be much better for you people to refer. So if you want to do that thing, then you go to insert, then you go to external references. After that, uh, you will be able to browse from here. You will see drawing one. So right click, attach image, then you browse. Say for example uh, this particular diagram I am saving it as png file in the desktop, so I will search it in the desktop also and open it. Okay, after that you the specify how you are going to insert that. Either you can write the xyz or you can specify on the screen. Even the same thing for the rotation also, you can specify on the screen, or you can scale also, same thing. Okay, so let us specify everything on the screen only. So specify the insertion point, say suppose it is here. Specify the scale factor, how big you want the image to be, maybe this much big is okay. And whether you want it any rotation or not, that also option is present here. Okay, so this is how you can keep this image as background image. So even if you scroll or anywhere anything, or if you zoom in or zoom out, you will notice that the image also will zoom in and as well as zoom out. So we'll be using this image as reference, then we'll start drawing. So first of all we'll draw the easier parts, that is this circular parts. So here is the center, and till this point these are the turbines which are all circular in nature, and this kind of piping is not circular, it is a spiral curve. Okay, so we'll be okay, so once we have attached it, we can close this reference, and then we'll be using this circle using center and radius. This is my center. Maybe I will change the color here. Next circle I will draw concentric. Third one also same way. Fourth one also same way. Next you can divide this circle into n number of equal parts. So depending upon how many turbines are present, you will be able to divide it, or you can also use this array tool. So you can draw one vane. This is a guide vane, so you can draw one guide vane and then you can make a array using this array command. It can be either rectangular or polar array. So here it is a polar array is required, so that you will be choosing one particular guide vane and then you will be um, using this array tool. So in order to draw this vane better, we will use the smooth spline CV. Okay, only we will be using the spline command. So currently we are not having any fit points, we are just drawing randomly, okay, using only the image as the reference. So I'll be using this spline CV command. So here first point I am specifying, then next point, I will better draw it outside so it will be easier for you people to understand. So this kind of vane, guiding vane I am able to draw. Okay, this guiding vane I can move it later on and also scale it down. So this way you can scale this turbine. Now you have to draw a polar array. Select this object, specify this as the center point and how many number you want. How many number of items you want. So here currently there are, I think, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. So you write here 12. So an approximately similar image is created. Okay, so this was the simpler part. The difficult part is to construct this kind of curve which you are not knowing. So here also we'll be using same, we'll be using this spline CV tool only. Okay, it is much easy. So since you are having the reference points, that is why it is easy to use the spline CV command. Otherwise it is a difficult thing. Then those things are used in the Lisp. They are used in the Lisp tool. So I am not covering this in the syllabus, okay, or the commands are LSP. If you are running it in the using the command letters, then this LSP command is used. Okay, so the simplest way to draw this is to use your spline CV, that is spline with the control vertices. Specify this the first point. Okay, then you keep on specifying some points in between. So that automatically you will get a spline which is passing through that using that is using these vertices as the control points. So there is lot of risk involved here, as you can see. Okay, so let us try again. Okay, you can also do one thing, that spline fit command. Here you can use you can draw some lines till specified distances. In order to draw using spline fit, what we can do is that first you can draw some reference lines. Say one line I have drawn here, another line maybe I can draw here. Okay, like that I can make as many lines for our own references. Then you will go to spline fit and then you will specify one point after the another. So this way you can also draw the spline using fitted points. Okay, there is one more way using this helix command. Create a 2D spiral or 3D spiral. So click here. So specify the center point. So center point is our center of the circle. Specify the base radius, means the smaller radius. So here smaller radius is this one, where the pipe diameter is the least. So I will select here. Specify the, after that we have to specify the end radius. So end radius is still here, and after that we have to specify, here it is written specify helix height or down arrow. So you click on this down arrow and then you have to mention how many number of turns are there. So here you can see that there is slightly less than one turn. So one turn means it will start from here and it will come back here. So it is not using this angle. Okay, this angle is only till this point, not till 360 degrees. So approximately I will put something like say 0.8, 0.7, 0.85 I am putting. Then I am getting this kind of specify helix height and all that. Then I will press enter. So then I will get this helix drawn here. So next we will go on to how to divide a curve or how to divide a segment into equal number of parts, n number of equal parts. So this is just kind of a parking lot, where parking lot of a round building, where which can be accessed from a road here, and then there are different parking bays for this parking building, where people can come, they can park their cars in here. So all these parking lots are having equal, there are total 14 parking bays and they are having equal length as well as width. So how to do this case? So that we will see one by one. Okay, so for this purpose we are drawing two curves with a common radius, and then we are dividing each of this curve into 14 equal parts. So how to do that, I will just explain. Okay, so the command to divide a line or a segment into n equal parts is in your draw sub toolbar. Here in the draw panel it is available. Here you can see it is written n. It means you divide your segment or part or your arc into n number of equal parts. So you click on this. First of all, I'll just give a demo that you can draw a line here of any length, and um, click on the divide. First you have to select this object what you want to divide, so select here. After that you enter the number of segments, means how many parts you want to divide. Suppose if you want to divide this object into 4 equal parts, so I will write here 4 and press enter. So now this object is divided, this segment is divided into 4 parts, but these 4 parts are not actually visible to you. Okay, so in order to make this visible, you will have to go to like these points, they are present here but not visible to you. So we have to change the how these points are appearing. That you it will be here. You click on this drop down, and here we have a show menu bar. So currently, like maybe in your drawing the menu bar is not shown, so you click here and you click on show menu bar. After that this menu bar appears here. So in this menu bar, if you go view, yeah, in format, you go to format and go to point style. So like how your point is going to appear, and then you choose, maybe your point will appear like this, then you click on OK. So now you are able to see that these are the 3 points which have divided this segment. Okay, so this is how you can divide the segment. Now the problem is that if you want to use this point as a reference point, you cannot use it. Suppose I am clicking here, and if you want to use it as a reference point, it is not actually possible. So in order to make it possible, you go to your OSnap tool, which is here down here, like and then you select the node. So if it is not selected, then you are not able to use this as a reference point. Directly endpoint is shown here whenever you are clicking on this segment. So better you have to click on this nodes also, so that even this point will be used as reference. So I can use this as a reference and I can draw various lines from here. Okay, the same way, even for the curve arc, suppose we are drawing an arc, so we will be, suppose I am drawing an arc with starting from the center. So specify the center point, then start and the end. Okay, same way I will draw another arc with the first arcs concentric. Okay, the first arc center should be the same, so I will hover around this arc, so it's automatically center is also visible. Then I will click on this center, I will use this as reference, and I will draw another arc here. Okay, then you have to divide this into equal number of parts. So currently I will just take, for demonstration I will just use 5. Okay, then next one also 5. Then you draw these lines. and then again you can change the formatting so that this point, this cross marking of this point will not look like in this way. So again you change your point style, so this will not be visible. Okay, I also want you all to introduce you to this command window. Whatever tools and whatever drawings that you are drawing till now, each and every of this drawing you can also use it, and you can also draw it using this command window. Okay, for example, if you want to draw a line, so I will just type here line, line, line. So you will see that many things are coming. So I am just using line here, line command. Okay, just write line and you will click enter. So you specify the first point, this is the first point, specify the next point or undo, everything else is the same, but you just focus now on this command window. Specify the next point, so suppose here. Okay, then third point, you keep on specifying it this way. Okay, so whenever it is done, you will press enter or you will press close. So if you want to press close, you will write here C, or you can also click here. If you are closing, then this is a closed loop is present, otherwise you have to hit enter. So like that you can draw any tool. Okay, you can also draw circle. Okay, using any method. Okay, you can draw arc, that also you can draw using any method. Okay, if you want to start it from the center, then you write C. So you specify the start point, center point, then the start point, then the end point. Okay, so things are, if you are unable to search somewhere, you can use these things. Same, it may be useful, suppose if you want to create array, so you can simply type here array, you need not search all these tools here. Okay, then you press enter, then you space select this object. Okay, whichever you want, rectangular or path or polar. Okay, so I will click on I want rectangular, so I will write here R. I want from base point, so this is my base point. Okay, which side I want. Okay, all these things you can, how many count. Okay, suppose is like 6, and number of rows, how much rows you want. Suppose I want only 2 rows, so all that you can specify. How many levels, that is in 3 dimension also, what should be the spacing. Okay, currently it is 6.6, you can, maybe you can keep it say 10, so they are now further apart. So all these commands, basically I want to tell that everything, each and everything is present in the command window which is present here. Okay, so instead of searching here, slowly and slowly you will also get used to drawing using this command window. So I'll be sending a list of the commands, the popular commands that you have learned till now. So I just advise that you all go through this command also. Same thing even for annotation also you can use. If you want to create a new annotation, then you can very well make it. So this m text is used for annotation command, this m text. Okay, so whatever you want to write, if you want to increase or decrease the size, then also you can do it. Okay, so whatever command that you are using it, all these commands are visible. In the annotate, this size or the dimension, maybe you can change here, that what dimension, what size you want. So you can change these things also. Okay, so for that purpose also, each and every command that you are choosing, you can see that there is the option scale text. So instead of searching all this thing, you can directly learn and remember this command called as scale text. So you will be selecting this and specify some opposite corner. You found one, then you scale, say towards the left or to right, whatever side. Existing scale factor by, either you can paper height or match scale factor. So scale factor maybe say about 1.5. So this way you can increase it further. So no need to search all these things, because sometimes these things are very delicate and very difficult to find. So instead it is better to remember the commands here. So I request you all to go through the list of commands that I have been sending you. So the next task is to print whatever you have plotted into a PDF command. So for that purpose, I am just making a layer, making a drawing with 3 layers. Sorry, 4 layers I'll make. Okay, the first one maybe I'll just make with white. So whatever white lines that you are seeing, they may be actually black lines whenever they are getting printed. Okay, so this is a 4 layer drawing, 1 0 1 2 3. First layer, 0 layer, there is just this kind of polygon. First layer is a rectangle, second layer circle, third layer square. Okay, so I want to plot it into a PDF, so simply I will write here plot plot. Okay, after that name none, so you will go to uh, DWG to PDF. Just scroll down below, you will see this option DWG to PDF. So click on this option. Okay, and go to properties. Okay, so in go to properties, you have to click on once you click on this properties, general ports, device and document settings, the third one. So here in device and document settings, you go to custom properties, click on custom properties. Okay, so ensure that this resolution is high, and at the same time uh, here include layer formation, this should be clicked here. Include layer formation thing should be clicked and open in PDF you haven't done. Okay, so that different layers will appear as differently in the PDF file, otherwise there will be only one PDF file generated. You click on OK, then OK, then write the name of the file, save. Okay, so you can see that now these 3 layers are appearing. Okay, that layer also I can maybe show or hide even in the PDF also. In the final PDF also I can do that. Show layer or hide layer, this property is present in the PDF also. Now when we are going to print this PDF, at that time there is an option if you want to print all the layers or not. By if the layer is visible, then it will get printed. If it is not visible here, then it will not get printed here. Okay, now suppose if you want to plot this thing only in a zoomed in version, okay, you want to only select a particular part of the screen, not the entire screen. So you can change this plot scale also, and wherever origin is there, it may be center the plot or like that. If you don't want, then you can also set the origin here. If you don't want to fit to the paper, then also you can set the custom scale, that 1 inch is equal to how many units. These units are the units in your AutoCAD, maybe mm or kilometers or whatever you have written. And this 1 inch is this inch is the present on the actual paper. So let us change something. I will make it 4 units and I will click on this preview, so that you will be able to scale and you will be able to see. So you are seeing that this drawing is enlarged. So like that you can make this kind of changes here while before printing. Okay, so with this information about AutoCAD, I think that now I have tried my level best to complete whatever was possible of the AutoCAD, right from January till March when your practicals were being held. At the same time, now in this particular tutorial also. Okay, so me and Professor Dipankana will be dealing you with the examination part, and we will update you shortly. Thank you.